Aloha mai kako, a Como Maida Curtain Call, a weekly program of reviews, previews, interviews, and features of and or with the great art and artists on Maui and beyond. I'm Paul James Brown. Seabury Hall Performing Arts is presenting Sister Act, the Divine Musical Comedy, with music by Alan Menken, lyrics by Glenn Slater, and a book by Sherry and Bill Steinkellner. Additional book material provided by Douglas Carter Bean, directed and choreographed by David Ward, and vocal direction by Julia Golding. Dolores Van Cartier, Gigi Cabanting, is an ambitious would-be singing star in a relationship with Curtis Turner Alston, a mob boss. She accidentally witnesses a hit. She runs away, and Curtis orders his henchmen, TJ, Ethan Barry, Joey, Coaster Vines, and Pablo, Richard Hernandez Bustos, to catch and kill her. They go off in pursuit, but she gives him the slip and goes to the police, where she is recognized by Eddie, Wolf Pell, as a girl he was smitten with in high school. She tells him the story, and he realizes she is the witness he has been looking for, but he has to protect her. But where? He remembers a convent where she reluctantly goes. Things are not well at this convent. Monsignor O'Hara, Weston Otterson, informs the Mother Superior, Ruby Mackey, the church is going to be sold and the sisters will be scattered. Then in comes this sacrilegious interloper seeking shelter. She is reluctantly convinced and lays down the law, which Dolores promptly ignores by visiting the bar across the street, and almost is caught by Curtis's henchmen. Mother Superior allows Dolores to join the nuns in song, led by Sister Mary Lazarus, Riley Stout. They are, shall we say, a less than stellar-sounding aggregation. Dolores intercedes and transforms them into a unique church singing group, R&B Nuns. This proves to be a boon to the church as attendance soars and financial worries disappear. Then they are invited to perform for Pope Paul II, who will be visiting Philadelphia. They appear on the news, and Curtis and his boys recognize her and vow to go to the convent and silence her. The boys sing a hilarious number, Lady in the Long Black Dress, where they brag about how they will seduce the nuns. Will Curtis succeed in silencing Dolores? Will the nuns be seduced? Will the Pope be impressed? Will Dolores and Mother Superior learn to get along? Well, you have to go to www.seaburyhall.org and get tickets to find out. There are some stellar performances in this karaoke musical, but before I talk about them, I have to give praise to Andre Morissette and Vanessa Cerrito for providing an array of looks for these actors that raise the level of this performance to professional standards. They took nuns' habits and turned them into Las Vegas-esque outfits. Then their triple transformation of Eddie from police officer to John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever and back to a police officer before our eyes in I Could Be That Guy was phenomenal. Kudos to them. Todd Van Amberg provided clever wagons that work for all the many locales needed for this show, including a perfect statue of the Madonna, and his projections were spectacular. As Dolores, Gigi Cabanting gives her all. She captures the ambition, drive, and talent of this character. She acquitted herself admirably, especially in It's Good to Be a Nun, Bless Our Show, Sister Act, and with Mother Superior, Spread the Love Around. As Mother Superior, Ruby Mackey is authoritative, in control, and a real leader who wisely and cleverly hides her true feelings, which we learn about in her best song of the night, I Haven't Got a Prayer. Ms. Mackey has a fine, clear, powerful vocal instrument. Sister Mary Robert, Aurora Zotelli, is a novice who is trying to find herself between the free life Dolores offers and the cloistered religious life of Mother Superior. Her duet with Dolores and her solo reprise of The Life I Never Led were another high point in this show. As Sister Mary Lazarus, Riley Stout is the comic relief in this show. Her vocal and physical choices were perfect for this character, and her rap in Sunday Night Fever was a showstopper. As Eddie, aka Sweaty Eddie, Wolf Pell was clearly smitten and conflicted at once between his personal feelings for Dolores and his duty to protect her so he could convict a sought-after criminal. His work in I Could Be That Guy was the best number by a male in the show. Curtis Turner Alston is intimidating, in charge, and dangerous. He poses a threat every time he steps onto the stage. This is a huge show with 18 characters and an ensemble of more than 20. There are so many talented performers, David Ward had to double cast 11 roles. I saw the B cast. Praise for Mr. Ward for his vision in bringing this show to us and for the marvelous entertaining spectacle he has given us. There are only 3 more shows, Friday and Saturday at 7 and Sunday at 3. Go to www.seaburyhall.org for tickets. It is wonderful. Go and support this outstanding work. The Period 4 Intermediate and Advanced Acting class at Kekaulike High School is presenting a melodrama, Lizzie Borden of Fall River, by Tim Kelly, directed by Chris Kepler. This is a unique production for a high school, most of which have a strong tendency toward musicals and comedies. This play not only deals with patricide and matricide, but also mendacity, betrayal, feminism, toxic patriarchy, and psychotic hatred. We all know the story of Lizzie Borden and her 81 whacks, actually 29 or 30. But do we know what came before? That's what this play reveals. Who she was, and why she did what she did, and how she was brought to this level of rage by circumstances beyond her control. Ella, Lucy Boone Guess, as Lizzie Borden is astounding. First of all, her physical resemblance to the real Lizzie is uncanny. Then there is her portrayal. She clearly hates her stepmother, Ava Niemi. She refuses to refer to her as anything but your wife to her father, Andrew Borden, Sidon Smith, and Mrs. Borden to Abby's face. She can barely suffer being in the same room with her. Then she becomes a charming, attractive, fun-loving woman when in the presence of her sister Emma, Isabella Collins, their maid Bridget, Madison Cordero, her aunt Vinnie, Milan Welch, and Reverend Chubb, Manny Ducalo. Hers is a charming, lovely, intelligent, and entirely likable Lizzie, who we think might be innocent of these crimes until she does her brilliant reveal. Her sister Emma, Ms. Collins, at first gives us a mousy, standoffish sister who is in the shadow of her more gregarious sibling. But when Lizzie is in jail and on trial, Emma reveals a conniving, caring, manipulative, loving woman who is willing to do anything for Lizzie. Master Smith's Andrew is a selfish, cruel, penny-pinching, successful property owner who wants nothing more than his daughters to love his new wife after the death of their mother as much as he does. His frustration when he is in their presence is brilliantly contrasted with his cruelty that he vents upon a workman, Susa, Caden Bagastan, and his late wife's sister. At first we wonder why Lizzie cannot suffer her stepmother, and we almost feel sorry for Abby, but Ms. Niemi clearly shows how she feels about her inherited children, and it's not maternal in the least. The wronged across-the-street neighbor, Mrs. Churchill, Elizabeth Sapanza, has good reason not to supply an alibi for Lizzie, who insists she saw a man running away from the murder scene, and when she reveals her true feelings, it is a cathartic moment. Everyone does an outstanding job in presenting this true-life American folktale. Mahalo to Mr. Kepler. There are 3 more performances, Friday and Saturday at 7 and Sunday at 3. Go to www.waveofharmony.org for tickets. Support King K and Seabury and get a dose of future hope. Well, that's Curtain Call for this week. Mahalo nui loa for tuning in. I'm Paul James Brown. Maui strong. Ahui ho.